I put 9 o'clock. Oh well, we on here now, right?
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, we give him a few seconds to come on. 8 o'clock.
Okay.
I put 8 o'clock. Sorry, roundup. I thought it was I was typing it in, and I remember you were telling me you're in Mountain Time. No, what are you in?
Central.
Central.
Mm-hmm.
We won't. Nobody will die, right?
No,
I hope we won't die.
I guess the show must go on.
That's right. It's show business, bro. Show business. So, Roundup fan, what's going down? What's going down? It's good to see you guys on here this evening. This is a last-minute presentation. I was able to actually meet this gentleman on the internet. He sent me an email last week. And when he sent the email over, I'm like, okay. When I read it, I'm like, oh, all right, dude, just close the deal. So I'm going to wait a few more minutes. Roundup, this is Chris Haskins. My mission and ministry is to raise your financial literacy through real estate investing and entrepreneurship. In doing that, I'm passionate about being able to buy real estate the unconventional way. Because if you try to do it the conventional way, they're only going to let you get so much, right? You can only get so much trying to go out here and do it the old-fashioned way, right? So we teach the right way. I pray. And my boy Joseph just closed the subject to deal. Joseph, how you doing, my friend?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. What about yourself?
I'm blessed, man. Babies say he's going to give us some time to have our meeting tonight. So,
all right, that's what I'm talking about.
You got kids too, Joe?
I got one on the way, actually. So, yeah, due in December, man. So I'll be a new father.
Congratulations, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
Wow.
Just made it out of that first trimester, so that was hell on her. She was man battling with that morning sickness and all that, but she finally passed that point, so we can just kind of relax a little bit now.
So she had to deal with that and this COVID. I mean, this just can wear your mind down.
Man, it's crazy these days, man. We had some big plans scheduled,
for the summer.
To go out of town and go to Dubai, man. We had a trip planned, and man, trying to do some big things, but I guess.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
No, I'm just saying, you just got to roll with the punches, man, and adjust.
I'm gonna go for a walk.
Oh, okay.
Any other time you'd be like, you need to get up and walk. Leave me alone.
I begged my wife to walk with me, and now I asked her to stay, and she's going on a walk. Roundup. I love y'all. Man, I love you. Okay, let's do this. So tonight we wanted to do a case study on Joseph's deal. Man, I'm so excited for you, Joseph. But let's give us a little background on you before we get to this deal today.
All right. So, once again, I'm Joseph Handy. I've been in the real estate game really for about 3 years now.
Doing what? In what capacity?
Well, I am a teacher by trade, so I actually am a band director. I teach middle school band at a school in Jackson, Mississippi, and I've been doing that for the past 13 years. So I've been, in the education field doing that. I'm a military band here in Jackson, and pretty much all my life I've been in music, and always in the band, or being a director or performer. And then I caught the real estate bug about 3 years ago. Bought my first deal, and just haven't looked back since.
Good. So I guess we're both band nerds. Well, you a band nerd or what?
I definitely am. Got instruments all around the house, and practicing, playing all the time, man, and watching videos. And I'm telling you, Chris, you're gonna have to play me a few notes one of these days, man.
Yeah, man. I will. I love it. Are you a 3C guy or 5C, or what do you play?
I use 3C, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I got a silver one and a gold one, and I see. Anyway, man, we could talk about that all night.
That's right.
So this deal here, tell me, why did you consider, because some people go their entire real estate careers and they don't even know about subject to buying a house subject to the existing financing. Why was that on your radar?
Well, one, when I saw the house, it needed a lot of work, and she missed a whole lot of payments, and she was like way behind on her payments.
What do you know that off the top? What were her arrears, Joseph?
$24,000.
Okay, so you're looking at the deal. Go ahead. Well, some people will look at that deal and be like, "Well, this is a done deal. I can't do nothing with this."
Right. Deep in missed payments. House need I think about maybe I'd say about $10,000 or $12,000 worth of work. And man, I was just trying to get into the property with the least amount of capital as possible.
I'm saying still, were you studying? Because you have to be looking for subject to. It's not going to just come across your desk. Were you introduced to it somewhere? How did you get this house? How did it all come together where this could be a subject to?
Well, when I was basically, I found a house doing some driving for dollars. So I was driving around in a neighborhood that was on my radar, and it's a pretty hot area right now. They've been doing a lot of development out there. They just built a new Continental tire plant, so it's a lot of traffic going to the area. So they got good schools. The rents are real good. So I was like, man, I need to check this area out. So I was driving through the neighborhood. I saw the house, and I was like, man, let me see if I can contact the seller. So I looked up her information in the land roll and did a skip trace, found her phone number, and gave her a call.
Nice. Now, but this particular house, was it ugly, or was it high grass, or what?
Yeah, so it had high grass, had some rotten wood on soffit and the fascia, and it had a broken window. So a lot of different indicators that it was
distressed.
Distressed, or and vacant.
Skip trace, phone number, give her a call. Tell me about that. Tell us about that from the round-uppers. If you're just joining us, we're here with Joseph. He just closed his first subject to deal. We're going over the full deal just so we can give you some inspiration to get out there and get a deal closed. Tell me about the conversation, Joseph.
Yeah. So I found her number, and I gave her a call. I asked her some details about the property, how long has it been vacant?
Was she receptive to talking to you?
She was, I think, she was.
Oh, man.
Wanting to do something with the property. She had been receiving some letters from the mortgage company saying that they were about to foreclose. And man, I was really surprised they hadn't already foreclosed on her, because she was so far in arrears. She hadn't made a payment on the house, I think, since December 2017.
Good Lord.
Yeah. So I was looking at the house. I was seeing how much I was going to have to put into it for repairs.
How much was that, Joe?
And for the repairs?
Yeah, what number you got on that?
I think about $15,000 for the repairs.
Okay. Where was she? Is she local, or where's she at?
No, she actually lives in Vancouver, Washington.
What?
And the property is in Clinton, Mississippi.
What in the world? Tell me about that. That's far.
It is. Well, she took a job as a flight attendant, and they moved her up there, and she loved it, and she stayed, and just left the property and never looked back.
I wouldn't either. Man, I wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
Okay.
In that conversation, I just I didn't get right to the point. Hey, let me buy your house. I actually took some time to build some rapport, to get to know her, and talk to her, build some trust.
Good.
and just kind of find out about her and her situation. So once I got that information, then we kind of went on to the deal, and talking about the numbers with the house, and saying what it is that she was really looking to do. So
Go ahead, I'm listening.
yeah. So long story short, I got the information about the mortgage. So she basically she had got a letter from them. They were wanting to foreclose. She was wanting to hurry up and do something with it real quick. So I was like, well, let me send you some information. So that's when I started using the documents that you had in your subject to packet. Where the release of information form. So I said, hey, go ahead and fill this out, send this in to your folks. Let me go ahead and talk to the mortgage company about it and see if we can work something out. And make this a deal and a win-win for all parties. So nice. I went ahead and did that, got the information about it.
You started off in recon, just like, I'm just trying to understand so I can make it congruent.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't even sure if you were going to buy it until you got the authorization. Was the first thing you wanted to do?
Well, so I did a little bit of due diligence and looking into it. I got a contractor to walk through with me and tell me what the repairs were going to cost, and just wanted to make sure, because I was interested in subject to, and just was really focused on trying to get a subject to deal done. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to get some information about that mortgage. And first I did send her a contract to get it under contract. Then I went ahead. Say it again.
You were ready. You went ahead and did the contract. You went and did that off the jump.
Yeah. Just go ahead and lock it up. And, go ahead and get started with that due diligence, man. So sent the contract, went ahead and got their information release form, sent that to the mortgage company, and tried to see if I could work something out with them, to where we could get her caught up and see what we could do about those payments and arrears. And
so what is the total amount she owes?
$52,000.
That's the total mortgage amount?
Yep. Well, wow. So with the principal.
No, the principal. Forget the. We got that here.
This was $52,000. Mm-hmm. And then so $52,000. Mm-hmm.
Man, that's a good Lord. That's pretty low. I wonder why she would.
Yeah.
What is okay? I forgot to write another blank up here. 1 second. I gotta put it.
All right.
What is it worth, Joseph?
So after repairs have been made, it should be worth about $130,000.
Now, is she hurting regarding her income during this COVID-19 thing?
No, she's still working. She says she's still out on flights and doing her flight attendant thing. So
that's good.
She was good.
Good for her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now it's $52K. What's the monthly payment, Joe?
$615.
Is that principal, interest, taxes, and insurance?
Yes.
Man, that ain't bad. How many years left? When was it originated?
In 2002.
So you got 19. Wow, man, that is a smoke. So you got 10 years, 10, 11 years left on this.
Yep.
Man, I love it. You are literally walking back in time, Roundup. You're walking back in time. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So elaborate for my Roundup homies that may not understand how important this is, Joseph.
So, as far as, that mortgage, so she has already, it's 18 years into the mortgage. So now we're really getting into that high principal pay down phase of the mortgage. And, I plan on holding it, and renting it out for the long term. So just go ahead and pay it on out, and have me a cash flowing asset for a prolonged period of time.
Good for you, man. I'm excited for you. The older roundup, the older the loans are, the better. Is this a 30-year AM, Joseph?
It is 30 years. Mm-hmm.
So you're on the downside of that interest, man. I love it. I love it.
That's right. I wish it was a 20-year.
You get to the house, boom, 2 years gone.
Yeah, that's right.
That'd be some mess. That'd be something right there.
Yeah.
What are the rents in this area, Joseph? And how many bedrooms and baths is it?
3 bedrooms, 2 full baths.
What are the rents?
Rents in that area, between 12 and 1,300.
Probably 1,200. All right. Let me look at this for a minute. 52,000 monthly payment, $615, which we can pay for that. That's you could pay for this even if it just sat empty for the next few months, right? I mean, it's not like it's gonna make or break you.
Right.
Arrears, 24,000. I want to talk about that. Years left on the loan, 11 years. Rents over that area, 1,200. Repairs, 15,000. ARV, 130. It's a 3-2. You got a 3-2. It's a smoking deal. Round up. Get your questions in for Joseph too. Please get your questions in if you're trying to understand subject 2. All right. So Joseph, let's talk about these arrears before we get to what you're going to do with it. What about these arrears?
So I did open up a dialogue with the mortgage company, and just kind of talked about the situation, and actually negotiated with them to get her caught up, and basically cut those arrears down in half. So they took 10 hours to get her caught up.
Joseph, you broke up real bad, man. Start from the top on the arrears. I'm sorry.
Can you hear me now?
Joseph, you there, brother?
Hello?
Yeah, I got you. I see you now.
I'm here, man.
Okay, go ahead.
You got me?
Yep.
All right. So talked to the mortgage company, and worked out to do a modification, and to get her back current. So we got that worked out.
Modification. Oh, this pen ain't working. So tell me how that worked. Did you do that on the authorization to release, or did you need a power of attorney to do that?
I just needed the authorization to release information.
They negotiated. Wow, that's deep. So you were able to talk to the lender. Tell me about that conversation, brother. This is deep. Y'all got to hear it. I don't even know this.
Yeah. So, basically, talking to them, I told her, the folks that I was speaking to about just basically trying to get her back current, get the loan back in good standing, and ask them, what I needed to do in order to, basically get it back right, and to be able to make those, well, I guess to take it over, for her. And long story short, it was $24K in arrears. Basically, they were like, okay, if you can do 10,000.
How did that come about though? Because usually I call up, I'm like, look, we need to get this loan reinstated. Send me the full whatever's owed. We're gonna reinstate it. But you didn't have that conversation.
Well, I mean, I asked them, I was like, what do we need to do to, get it back in good standing? And they was like, well, you need to pay this $24K. I was like, well, we won't be able to do that. There's a way you can work with us. And, there was a way we can pay a little bit less than that. And they was like, well, let me go talk to my manager. And, it was a little bit of back and forth. And long story short, she was like, you know what, if you can do 10, then we good.
They're going to reinstate it, and they're going to what are they going to do with the remaining 14?
To tag that on to the end of the loan.
Y'all, this is key here. I have yet to do one of these, Joseph, I'm so glad you're coming and sharing. That's a beast move, man. I mean, is that what you were thinking? Like, damn, that's a beast move.
You know, maybe just a little bit.
Oh, we do it all the time, right? We
just trying to make a good deal out of it, man, and trying to, you know, just add to the portfolio.
Man, I'm telling you, dude, this is a beast move. You took 24 instead of 24. All you got to do is bring 10 and put 14 on the back of the loan and keep moving.
That's it.
Man, that is a good day.
Oh yeah. Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
they sent you the paperwork, or did you, or how? Tell me how this worked. Did they do it based on a DocuSign or on a word of mouth?
It pretty much was word of mouth. You know, they were like, hey, you know, if you pay this, you know, we'll put the loan in good standing. I was like, okay, well, just send me some paperwork to verify that, you know, what you're saying is actually going to happen. So they sent me some documents saying, you know, the conditions of the modification, and
They emailed it to you, faxed it, or mailed it.
they emailed it to me.
So you got this loan mod packet in the email. You took it to the seller.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or you did it at tell me how you did that. Did you do that at closing or?
No, we actually did that before closing. And the way that I did that paperwork, you know, we sent that information in. We set up a payment, and I set it up to where the payment will come out of the account after the closing. So after we closed, after everything was good, then, you know, a couple days later, you know, they drafted that amount, and now we're good.
Man, so you closed it out. I'm thinking about that money there. You wanted to make sure you had the house before you paid any money out to the lender, no doubt.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Man, this is a monster deal. Banks are doing some amazing things. You know, back in the day, they wouldn't take these arrears, man. It was like either all or nothing.
Yeah, I think maybe the coronavirus might have had something to do with it.
Yes.
So, you know, they're making a lot of exceptions and, you know, just really trying not to be taking all of these properties back because they know the people are going through some hard times. So,
That's
you know,
right.
That's
right.
I think I was just in the right place at the right time to make a good deal.
You know what, man? You got to just show up, Joseph. Just show up. You got to be there, right?
Mm-hmm. That's it.
So I'm thinking you did that. They 10,000. They agreed. So basically, you presented them with a question: what do we need to do to get this loan in good standing?
Right. Mm-hmm. And
then go ahead.
Yeah. So I basically approached it like that. You know, so I asked them a question like, "What do I need to do?" You know, and how can we make these things happen? You know, I guess it's all about the questions you ask, and then you just sit back and be quiet, and you let them talk. And eventually, they came back with some numbers that I felt like made some sense, and you know, we moved forward from there.
Now, were you prepared or willing to do the deal at 24,000, Joe?
I wouldn't have wanted to. I wouldn't have wanted to put that much down, you know, especially seeing I had to put some money into it for the repairs as well. So, so you know, with that being said, with that modification, I felt like if I got a good 10, I knew it needed to be it was going to be at most about 15K in repairs. So, you know, if I'm all in at like 20, 25, I felt like I'd be good.
So instead of this 24, you got it modified to 10, and then you got closing costs. Tell me about closing costs in Mississippi, Joe.
Well, I got an attorney that I've been working with for a while, and he gives me a real good deal. You know, so all of my deals have been done through him. So I think to close that deal, the closing costs were like around $750.
Golly, man, that's so crazy.
Mm-hmm. $750. So it didn't break the bank.
No doubt you paid both sides, and she just walked. What did the seller? Did you give the seller anything, Joe?
Yeah. Since you
want anything first, what did she want?
So at first,
this atom bomb that you're cleaning up for her.
So I'm trying to remember exactly how that conversation went, but long story short, um, at the end, she said she wanted $1,000 to keep it in her name and to keep it moving. So I was like, "This is a good deal, you know, I'll take it." So,
Sign me up.
so after the closing, I just sent her a cash app.
Man, $1,000.
$1,000.
I
Mm-hmm.
see that all day,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
$1,000. Wow. So
Yep.
you out of pocket 10 plus what? 1,000 to close it. Both sides was 1,000.
Seven. Yeah, both sides was 750.
750 each.
No, 750 total.
Sheesh. I'm gonna just round you up. I'm gonna say 1,000. It'll
Okay.
cost me three here in Virginia. It'll cost me three. So you got 11, 12. Hmm?
Oh, man.
What'd you say, Joseph?
No, I said nothing. You go ahead.
You're out 10. One to close it, that's 11. She wanted one, that's 12. So basically, you had 12,000 at closing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, that is
Mm-hmm.
stupid. Stupid. You got a house for 12 grand with financing. 11 years left on the note, $650 a month. Tell me about your rentals over there. You said it's $1,250 a month.
Yeah. So, I mean, that area, it's a pretty hot area. Like I was saying before, it's a lot of development going on over there. They have, some universities in the area. They got a new tire plant that they just built, and it's a lot of people flocking to the area. And it's also one of the best school districts in the state. So, it's a really highly desirable area for families and parents. And I was like, man, I need to get a slice of that pie. So that's when I started driving neighborhoods in that city and came across a couple things. So I got this subject to deal, and then I came across another property that was actually owned by the state. And
Wow.
basically all I had to do was to pay the back taxes on it and got that property. So
We'll get
that
that
would
in a
turn
minute.
out
Let me
to be.
finish. Let me finish here.
Mhm.
What is going to be your exit strategy to get paid? Because so far you got 12 out, plus this 15 in repairs. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So, I could, just turn around and flip it, and put it on the market and sell it. But actually, I'm more of a, buy and hold guy myself.
Why would you want to
So,
get one check? You don't want to do that, man. If you don't have to, don't get one check, man.
yeah,
I'm
that's
telling you.
right. So I'm trying to build that lasting wealth, man.
So
And
what?
so I'm gonna go ahead and hold on to it.
I mean, are you doing? Are you familiar? Oh, let me ask you: are you a conventional rental guy? Do you do lease options, owner finance, contract for deed, land contract? What are you doing? What are you thinking?
And I've done a lot of different things. I've done, just regular traditional financing through a bank. I've
So what about
done a
on your
few
exit
owner
strategy?
finance.
On your exit strategy, what type of tenant are you looking for? A tenant buyer, or are you doing conventional? Are you going to fix it up and rent it, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm
Because
gonna
for
just fix
me,
it up and
like
rent it.
I would get in this thing, I would do no repairs. I would get a down payment out of somebody, let them do all the repairs, and I'm done. But I want to know what you're thinking.
I have, thought about that, saying doing a lease option on it. I actually have not actually done a lease option deal just yet. All of mine, I pretty much, I'll come in, I fix it up, so I can get top dollar rents for it. And, you know, just get some good cash flow out the property.
Cool.
Um, and so that's pretty much my strategy. I kind of had a goal for myself to acquire at least 20 units in my area. And, I think this one
Yeah.
is just going to be a slam dunk one for me. And I don't have to go through the bank and get financing. And I don't have to, you know, jump through all of those extra hoops, man. Just, get in it for, not a whole lot of cash out of pocket and just sit on it for a while.
Man, you got a free house. So let me just tell you, I need to do a video, man. I've been working on lease options versus traditional rentals, right?
Hmm.
Yes, you do get more rent on the cash flow, right? say you get $1,200. Let's say you get $600 a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you got 15 out on your repairs, right?
Yeah.
Stay with.
So, and like I said, I think it'll be 15.
Yeah.
They had a contractor to walk through with me, and you know what I'm saying, with all the repairs, it probably be about 12.
No. I'm not doubting your repairs, but I'm painting a story for you. Just stay with me for a minute, okay?
Okay.
I see where you're at. I just want to look at this from two different angles. That's all. You got me? You got regular rental. You got $1,200 a month. You're gonna get $600 a year, a month, right?
Right.
So that's 600 times 12. What's 6 times 12? It's 6 times 2. I don't got my phone.
7,200.
7,200. That's 7,200 a year you're gonna make, right? However, you got 15 out, right? To get that rent up there.
Mm-hmm.
6 times 12.
Right.
It's not 72.
It's 74.
74. Okay, that's close enough. We're good. This is a good thing about when you're dealing with big numbers. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect. I love it. My beautiful daughter. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. You got 15 out, right? So that means it's going to take you, what, 2 years and some change to get that money back, right?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, just follow me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying either way is right or wrong. So how I look at it, lease option, right? I get $5,000 today, right now, out of somebody. This goes to zero. I got no repairs out of my pocket, right? Because don't forget, I'm already out 10 over here.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't get to do that $600 a month cash flow, right? Because I can't charge top dollar because the house needs $15,000 in work, all right?
Right.
So I lower my rent down a little bit. So instead of getting the $1,200, I might get $900. Or let's just say I did $850 for the first year. I can always raise my rents up in a year. How many people you think might love me if I said, you know what? You can rent this house for the first year at $850. But after that, rents go up. Do you think I might get a hug from somebody on that one, Joe?
I think so, for sure.
I'm just talking things out, man, because I've been where you at. I've done more than enough rentals my share. I've done so many evictions. Anyway, I'll ask you to keep your options open when it comes to doing traditional rentals, because from my experience, it all weighs out, Joseph. And at the end of the day, you got more money out. But yes, you will make more in the long run, maybe. But with lease options, you make money right now. You don't get as much cash flow, but you can always bump that cash flow over time. All right.
Gotcha.
So that's why we do these lives, brother, to kind of just bounce ideas off of each other.
Yeah. That's a good strategy, man. I'm definitely going to have to explore that. We're going to have to, talk a little bit offline, man, and school me to some things.
That lease option dude has been a game changer for me. You're talking about direct deposit every month. I don't do repair. Something breaks, don't call me. The water backs up, don't call me. We are the bank, right? And it's all about how you position yourself when you do these deals. And it's not for everybody, Joseph. I mean, may or may not be for you.
Hey,
so round up. Go ahead.
I said, man, I'm willing to give it a shot.
You get to lose, right? Get a down payment. If they don't pay, you do it over again. Poor thing. You do it over again.
There you go.
Joseph Handy in Mississippi market. What is the temperature down there, man? It's got to be pretty hot.
Oh, man. Whew. I think the heat index today was at 106.
106, babe. Good God.
What's 106 outside?
That's the temperature down there.
Where?
Mississippi. Round up, get your questions in the box for Joseph about this subject to deal. That was a good deal, Joseph. Congratulations, my friend. Congratulations.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Just trying to put all of the knowledge to use that you have been putting out and sharing just all of your experiences and the different strategies that you use, man. I've been soaking it all up, man. Been watching your videos for a while, man. So it was
Nice.
an honor to come on and talk to you about the deal today.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much, brother. I am just honored to be able to serve. I'm honored. Paris, thank you so much for your love offering, my friend. Thank you so much. Paris is a beast up there in the Maryland market. He did 2 modifications. Yeah, well, I guess he's doing them too. I guess people. Thank you.
All right. All right.
Freight. You got a few. Do you have time for a few questions, Joseph?
Sure.
Freeway Rick, what's up? How do you transfer the homeowner's insurance after you make the purchase? Great question. Let's see what Joseph did.
So I put the home into a trust.
What?
And
you put that in a
basically,
trust? You mean you can do that? You can do that, Joseph?
yeah, this real smart guy, man. I think his name's Chris. Kind of talked about that a little while ago.
Tell me, how much resistance did you get before when you put? Was this the first one you put into a trust, Joe?
It is. Mm-hmm.
Tell me about the resistance you got, or did you get when you went to the attorney to close it in a trust? Tell me how that went.
It was pretty painless, man. I said I want to put this in the trust. He said, okay. Let me see your trust documents. I showed it to him. Bam. It's like, all right, we good.
So he understood a trust.
He did. Mm-hmm.
Yes, you
He said he had done a few deals like that in the past, and so he was very familiar with it.
Man, you are just so blessed, Joseph. You must be you got some favor, brother. A lot. It doesn't happen a lot like that. Usually, a lot of my clients, the title companies and attorneys try to talk them out of it. They want them to put it in an LLC.
Well, the attorney that I work with, he works with a lot of investors, and so he's aware of a lot of the different strategies. So when I told him what I was trying to do, he was like, okay, yeah, I've done that a few times. So I was like, all right, we'll get roll with it.
Like this guy. I like him. Okay, so you said you did with the insurance. I cut you off, man. I got so excited when you were talking about the trust there. Please forgive me. Please forgive me.
Yeah, so long story short, I put the insurance the insurance in the trust, so just got a quote with that, and that was like just a pretty painless
You
ordeal.
still got to have something on. You got to have something with the mortgage and the seller's name. Did you keep it in?
I left it in place. What she already had, the insurance that was already attached to the property is still in place.
Okay, so you got 2.
Right.
So what you and I are what Ron LeGrand calls wimps. You call me a wimp. If you want to get another policy, you can do that, but you're a wimp. See, I like to sleep at night.
Me too. Peace of mind is a wonderful thing, man.
If it's gonna cost me $600 a year,
I'm cool with that.
I don't want to worry about it. I don't want to worry about who's the check's gonna be cut out to. Is the bank gonna seller, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. So just keep it simple.
Give me a policy. So you have a policy with no mortgagee, correct?
Right.
There you go. Correct. That's exactly what I would have done. It's the same thing I do.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying you have to round up. Not saying you have to, but Joseph, from what it sounds like, is he just wants to keep it as simple as possible.
That's it.
Thing I was doing, man. Exact same thing. Day, hey, what marketing was that lead from, Joseph? Day wants to know.
Driving for dollars.
Did you use an app, or how did you do your driving for dollars, Joseph?
So I use just Google Maps. I'll just choose a neighborhood, just drive through that entire neighborhood, every street, and just take down the address of vacant properties or properties that look like they're in some type of distress. And when I get back to the house, I look them up in the land roll, do some skip tracing, and just reach out to the seller.
So cool. Good for you. Born to Mitch. So is this property repaired and already rented out, Joseph?
It's actually going through the renovation process right now. So it should be about another week, and it should be ready to go.
Tony, hey Tony, and on sold 3, the same house 3. Oh, okay, she's in on sold 3, sold the same house 3 times and made 30,000 in option fees, and
Oh
it's on the
wow.
market for 10,000 option fee plus 400 profit because I listened to Krish. Traditional rent can't compare. Tony. We're gonna whip Joseph into shape. We're gonna whip him into shape.
All right, that lease option, man. I had to add it to the repertoire.
You can do the repair and get a larger down payment here, but I don't think you're gonna be able to get 10. I don't know what the house looks like, but those big deposits is kind of challenging to get on smaller homes.
Mm-hmm.
How big is the home, Joseph?
It's about 1,400 square feet, and also has like a 2-car garage on it as well.
Good Lord, you might be able to get 10 out of that, Joe.
I think so. I'm gonna definitely explore that option, man.
Yeah, so even if you were to you do your 15, and I'm not telling you to go tell the contractor to stop working tomorrow, although that isn't a bad idea. But you finish your repairs and then you got 15 out. Say you get 8 or 9. I mean, I would be happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
Tony is a beast. She does that stuff down in Arkansas too. Tony. Oh, we sold the same. Yeah, we got that. Hey, William. Hey, Bubba. Want to say what up? Bubba just coming back from the pool.
Hey.
You crazy. William, was this a loan modification? Go ahead, Joseph.
Yes, it was. I did contact the mortgage company, and I did a modification to her loan to get her caught up and back in good standing.
That's a beast. That's a beast mode you did there, brother. Dragon, what's up? He said he'd do a slow flip, same thing, down payment.
Mm-hmm.
Rehab, and he would not do another rehab unless it's a light. Yeah, this is a light rehab. William wants to know, where did you get the money? I guess you had to come up with this 10, Joseph, and this 15. Where did tell us about that capital, that financing?
Well, so as far as the 10 is concerned, I actually, just have been saving up. And then as far as the repairs are concerned, I actually use 0% credit cards to do a lot of the repairs. So I'll go ahead and open up a credit card account. I'll go ahead and, because a lot of them offer like 20 months, 0% interest. Mm-hmm. And, I let the tenants pay for the repairs.
Good for you, brother. So is that wasn't the Fund and Grow thing, or was that some other credit card you had?
That is another one that I had.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited.
But I've been doing that for all of the rehabs for my houses, man. I'll get a 0%.
Really?
Or I'll go ahead and get a card and pay for the repairs for me.
Say that again. You broke up. You said you get 0% and do what, Joseph?
So I'll get a credit card, and let's just say it like the last one I got, it was 20 months, 0% interest. I think the house needed, I think 8,000 in repairs. So I charged it to the card, and man, that was a duplex I bought, and it was cash flowing like $600 a month. So
wow.
Pretty much after about a little bit over a year, everything was paid off, and it was zero out of my pocket, and pretty much the tenant paid for all of the repairs.
Mm-hmm. You're rolling, brother. You're rolling. Good point. Round up. Get your questions in for Joseph. Just close this first subject 2 deal. Keisha, what are you using for your skip tracing, Joseph? Good question.
So I use a site called True People Search. It's free. You just you can type in their name and search them, by their name and the city that they live in or state. You can also search it by putting in the address, and then it'll pull up, the previous owners or, some people who've lived at their residence, and, it'll show their phone numbers, emails, current address. It gives a lot of information that you need to find those those owners.
Privacy is dead, huh? Privacy is dead. That's why we put our houses in a trust, right? You
That's
ain't gonna
right.
find me. Can't find me.
That's it.
Today, what are the Dave Morris? What are the best leads for mining for subject to, in your opinion, Joseph? Sounds like pre.
So I guess people maybe if they're in foreclosure,
Pre-foreclosure.
pre-foreclosure, and they just trying to find a way that maybe they don't have a whole lot of equity in the home, but you're trying to find, and also you're trying to find a way to work it out to where you can get that property for very little out of pocket. So I would say pre-foreclosure, and I don't know, what would you say, Chris?
Foreclosures are my favorite, brother. Low equity, they're given to you.
Mm-hmm.
I am running into some people now on this forbearance thing. They're nervous about giving up the deed, so we're going to be moving into sandwich lease options, buying on a lease option and either wholesaling the lease option or staying in the middle, because they're just, they're walking away from it. No payments. It's real touchy, Joseph.
Right.
The bank is letting them off the hook for like 6 months of payments.
Mm-hmm.
They still need a house, no payments due. So we're trying to figure out how to, kind of make all that come together, being that this is such a unique time.
It is.
Oh, that's all we got then. Joe, this has been an honor to talk to you, man. Can you give us some final thoughts on what you're going to recommend for new real estate investors that want to get a grasp and kind of implement and deploy the subject to strategy?
I would just say, just take some time to do your research, watch Chris's videos, tune into, just all of the resources that are out there, and then just get out there and start talking to people, take some action, do whatever you can to generate some leads and get you some experience. Knowledge is power, so get that knowledge and then put that knowledge to action.
Yeah, I heard you say take action. There's nothing beats that. Even if you mess up, no doubt you didn't just call one house. Just give me a framework of how many of these things you skip traced before you got this one, Joseph. Had to be several.
Oh man,
I love that.
So
already, I can already see you thinking about all those daggone houses you looked at.
I think on that list, when I did the Driving for Dollars, it might have been 25 to 30 properties that were on that list. And out of that list, I got 2 deals out of it.
That ain't bad, bro. That ain't bad. Roundup, thank you so much for joining us. If you look below, go to the website. All my stuff is 25% off. If you want to get my docs, get your subject to, get your negotiating audio, because you got to have some skill to negotiate this stuff. No doubt you've been trained on how to talk. You don't just go up to the seller and say, I'm going to buy your house subject to, no doubt.
No, it took to, building some rapport and, just doing some research to have the confidence to talk to sellers, because I was real nervous and, timid when I was talking to sellers at first, but the more you do it, the better you get at it. So
yeah, get some training. So you get subject to buying a land trust. The only thing that I can see that I would like to see you is do that. What you sell on your lease option, man, you're going to be, when you do a lease option, you're going to be like, I'm not doing conventional rentals anymore. I'm looking at the chat boxes. People are like, lease option.
Okay. Hey, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and give that a shot, man.
Think about it.
I think you convinced me, brother.
Hey, it's not just me, man. I didn't create this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Rounduppers, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, share with other investors that are getting into business. And I want to know, what would you do with this deal, Roundup? Put it in the video description below. Would you do a lease option? Would you do a conventional rental? Would you do the repairs? I'd love to know. All right, brother Joseph, good seeing you, my Roundup homies. I'll talk to y'all soon.
All right, man.
Nice meeting you, bro.
Yeah, same here.
All right, peace.
Peace.